Here we are at Ben Gurion Airport. We've just arrived. People all over the place. We're an ugly looking tourist. And here's a nice looking cloth mural, Jeremiah 21,
17.
verse 17.
What's up?
Somebody's yelling about something at the airport. Everybody's going crazy. It is morning here in the Seven Arches Hotel. We're looking out of our window. We actually face away from Jerusalem. We would face what, Steve? To the west. This is a portion of the hills or the valley that slopes down from the Mount of Olives. We're actually up on a very high kind of a range. Let me see if I can just scan across. We're looking through a screen, and our hotel actually has a beautiful view, even looking out the back. We're anxious in a moment to come up front. We started this, you can hear the announcements and things. We would hear those during the night. We're anxious to go to the front and to look down into Jerusalem. I believe we can see a good shot of the city of Jerusalem from the front of the hotel. We heard something during the night, early hours of the morning, that was either a popular Arab song or perhaps was the Islamic prayers being said, because we are in the Palestinian section now. Apparently this hotel is actually in the Palestinian section, or quarter as they call it, of the Jerusalem area. This is out of our hotel room. This is the Dome of the Rock, legendary spot where Abraham was to have sacrificed Isaac, also where Muhammad was to have been assumed into heaven. Underneath that dome is the spot. Apparently they are doing some kind of renovation or something to it, you can see. Now we go back a little bit and take a sweep of Jerusalem. Very slowly scanning across. This is some kind of a cemetery in front of us that I'll find out more about. Looking across. Is that the Dome of the Rock? No. Okay, turning around, here is our hotel. We'll be shooting a little bit into the sun. That's the hotel where we stayed, the Seven Arches, and for reasons you can see. But as we sweep around, the old wall. Apparently now we're to the east, so this is the Arab section, or the Muslim section. I believe, well, we'll have to take the tour to know which sections. We'll have to go in closer on that. Okay, I've come down a level. We're still in front of our hotel. I believe this area right in here is the area of the Garden of Gethsemane. And now as I scan across, this road you can see is the Kidron Valley.
Did you point out the Garden of Gethsemane?
Those two churches right there, Steve?
Yeah.
Okay. And Brian, what else do you point out right out in here? Now that wall, is that part of the old city then?
No, not well. It depends what you mean by old. Yeah, it is the old city, but the wall was constructed in about the 1200, I think, somewhere in that era. The wall of Jesus was
destroyed
in the Roman uprising of AD 70, around Masada, right prior to Masada.
Now this is the where the Dome of the Rock is here. This is the Muslim sector, right, or quarter?
Yeah.
Where would the Christian quarter be? I mean, the Jewish or the Christian quarter?
I'm not sure.
Whether they're farther up here to the. Now, let's see. We're to the east of the city.
No. Yes.
We're to the east, so the city's there. I believe.
But this is part of what is called the West Bank. The West Bank goes into Jerusalem.
This is the area that's controversial then in terms of.
Very much so. Yeah. This area.
Is that right?
Did you hear them saying the prayers of the mosque at 5 o'clock?
Yeah.
Yes.
Is that what that was?
I think either this building here, that dome there,
Yeah.
or the one that's kind of the dome over on the right that's got the black. One of those two is the Church of the Holy Sepulchre, and I'm not sure which one's which.
It's that other black one you're talking about is in front of that kind of tall, pointed church tower.
No, to the right of it.
Just to the right of it.
Yeah. I think that's a minaret for a mosque.
Okay. Now I see what you're talking about. Okay. Right in there. Yeah, that's.
Or the other possibility. I know it's got a gray dome-ish, kind of gray-black dome-ish. There's one, if you look at that big office building straight ahead, right underneath it, there's another kind of church building. And that may be the Church of the Holy Sepulchre as well.
Okay. Now what's that? Is that construction? That beating?
Yeah, I think.
By the way, did you hear the rooster crow? At what time was it?
Yeah.
About 4 this morning?
I even heard it. Yeah, I was just up there 10 minutes ago. You can hear him crow pretty good. That's pretty neat. It looks like they're peeling off all
The Garden of Gethsemane would be right behind these two churches, sort of down the valley from these two churches. Now as we come around here again,
I think St. Stephen's.
I figured out that Steve has a map. We figured out there once again, of course, is the Dome of the Rock. If you go back here, I believe that right there in front of that office building, oh, let's see, over there, that grayish top building there, that's the Church of the Holy Sepulchre right there. Now if you come back here, this is the Muslim quarter, then the Christian quarter is right in the, kind of in the center here.
You have a very good zoom on that, Tom?
Yeah, for the what? Now wait just a second, I'm gonna go down to Solomon's. These are the remnants of Solomon's stables, I believe, right down in here.
Go down into the valley and see if you can pick up that guy riding a donkey going through there. Yeah.
Where is he?
See him right? He's starting to move now across. See it? See him right?
Oh yeah, I see him. Right above the tombs. Hold above. Where'd he go? There he went.
right underneath.
Now he's gonna go through the tree.
Guy riding a donkey. This is the disputed West Bank then. Here he comes out. Yeah, I got him. About as close as I can get him. Interesting.
Get it on?
Yeah. The modern and the ancient. Now, Steve, tell me again. Look on that map.
Okay.
Now I'm going to start here from the bottom. This is the Christian quarter, right? Right in here.
I got the Christian quarter being... Actually, I got the Christian quarter back behind the Dome of the Rock.
Okay, back behind the dome, out over in there. There's the Christian quarter.
Yeah.
They're sort of, in other words, we're east, so they're west of the Muslim quarter, right?
Correct.
And then the Muslim, and then if you turn to the left, to our left of the Muslim, that's the Armenian, right?
No, it goes Jewish quarter up front and then Armenian in the back.
Okay, so the Jewish one, boy, the Jewish and the Muslim then border onto each other.
Yeah.
Tell you what.
Okay, you can see the dome of the rock behind us, and that is, if you continue to go beyond that, that is the Muslim quarter. Although there's, the Christian quarter right up to it and sort of goes around it like that. If you can imagine an inverted L that goes like that. In fact, there's churches right back there. The Church of the Flagellation is back there. Plus, right over there, just to the left of the mosque, is the arch where Pontius Pilate said, "Behold the man, not Jesus." Now, if we move over to Steve the panel, to the left, just to the left of the outside of these walls here, you're in the Jewish section, as we said. Panel a little farther, you're in the Armenian section. So actually, 4 different groups: the Christians, the Armenians, who are Christians, by the way, the Christians, the Armenians, the Muslims, and the Jews all coexist within the ancient city of Jerusalem. Now I think it's time to go and munch on some bagels and lox for breakfast.
Outside of our hotel this morning. Yep, I got a picture of the camel here. There's
People doing his business here. Thought I'd line up a little transportation for us this morning. Stevie, you're going to ride rear.
with our transportation there.
Gee, you missed. Business. Been working overtime.
Okay, there we go. Alrighty.
Silver, all right.
There's Tom on a camel.
Okay, all right, in the sunlight, yes. Take 2 pictures. It's got to zoom. Make sure. One close and one far. Wake up, man.
There goes Tom. We don't know where he's going.
Okay. One close, one shoot on.
I'll go catch up with him. There he comes back.
The guy's name's Brad. Hi-ho, Silver.
Hi-ho, Silver. Yeah.
Hi-ho, Kojak.
Kojak, right there.
There goes Tom on his camel. There's a camel. It's easier for a camel to get through an eye of a needle than a rich man to enter into heaven.
Cave with burial. And I want to deal with this burial, or the way of the burial, because it will come back when looking at the Holy Sepulchre Church or at the Garden Tomb. And when we try to understand the burial of Jesus, not what happened before or after, just the process of the burial, it's quite clear that we have some questionable issue that we don't really see in the right perspective. When we talk about Joseph of Arimathea being a nice guy, giving Jesus his tomb, he was not giving his tomb for good. The Jewish burial at the time would have an echo in a lot of monasteries still today here, based on the clear fact that after a year or 2, our flesh gone. Okay. And so they buried a person in a sarcophagus or in a cave. A year or 2 later, they open the cave, collect the bones, and put them.
Secondary burial site. After the body has rotted for a year, they put it here.
This was for a body of a person. Then A year, 2 years pass by, they will open it, will take the dome, put them in a box, put the side in the box, and that will be ready for another body for a year or two, and then the same process will go again and again, unless you are very rich and you will still do yourself coffins. We found quite a few very impressive coffins made out of stone that was a scripture on it. This place is the burial of so-and-so, son of so-and-so, that was that and that, whatever. All the detail. Most of them, by the way, written in Hebrew.
Here's looking out at the Dominicus Flavius, the keeper of the door and a merchant kibitzing back and forth. Another one of these caves that's used for burial. Very interesting area. And there in the Cock Road.
In the church, there is the apsis, which is part of the Byzantine structure of the church. You see the foundations of it quite clearly. There are quite beautiful remains of the mosaic floor, which taking us back to the Byzantine time, in feeling the coming out with these sites as the presidents.
Reading from the Gospel of Luke, chapter 19, beginning with verse 28. Jesus went on ahead, going up to Jerusalem. When he had come near Bethphage and Bethany, at the place called the Mount of Olives, he sent two of them. If anyone asks you, "Why are you untying it?" just say this: "The Lord needs it." So those who were sent departed and found it as he had told them. As they were untying the colt, the owners asked them, "Why are you untying the colt?" They said, "The Lord needs it."
This is the city of David. Actually was lower than the present, or at least the later buildings. And the Messiah Gate, near a Muslim cemetery, will remain sealed until the Messiah comes. The old city of David. Some of the old fortifications we took over from the Jebusites. This is a
This is the traditional weeping.
This is the traditional spot where Jesus wept.
Yeah, because of the view of.
And that's the old, this is the traditional site where Jesus looked at the city, and he would have looked right up into here, looked at the city, and he wept because of Jerusalem.
When I was reading it,
This is an ancient Jewish cemetery. And supposedly parts of it go back to, I think it's either 9th century BC or AD. Although as we walked by part of this, it was the Malachi and Haggai, I think, were buried there. There's some sort of a ritualistic thing going on here. Garden of Gethsemane. As it was explained to us, not the original trees. These were cut down by the Roman general in about 70 AD. But nonetheless, the roots of the original. The tomb of King David, legendary site.
On the top of the Domitian Abbey, beautiful dome is
Zion Gate.
And there were an exchange of fire, constant bullet holes. And the bullet holes all around you is just to prove that I'm going to tell one story.
Did you hear that?
There is a real proof in front of you. Full of it. I want you to understand this. Take the time. Have a look.
Here we are walking through the Zion Gate. And now we turn and walk eastward. You can see where our hotel right there on the top of the Mount of Olives, the Seven Arches Hotel. We come back down, then we're walking along a street that we could not have walked in prior to '67. Ruins from the Cardia Maximus, the road built by Hadrian in about 130 AD, which has determined the flow of the city of Jerusalem to this very day. This is sort of like a mall. Shops would be there. You see the arches, and then the wood that is supported there. This would help people not to be subject to the elements as they would walk along this. The first malls. Incredible. This was done 1,800 years ago. There's our tour group. One ugly looking guy in the back. This is King Hezekiah's wall.
My voice is good, but up to a limit. And I want to say a few words before we're going down. First of all, just to put you in the right location. You see your hotel? Yeah. So as much as we were touring around, we are not far away. It's all in a very short distance. This is the southern wall inside the city. And this is the western wall of the temple. In the corner, to the left, you see a stone that's coming toward us. This is an archway that was destroyed, built by King Herod the Great as a bypass to enable people to climb up with a huge staircase to the top of the arch and into the temple area. Over there, you see where the people are standing for the prayer. That's the western wall, the prayer area. Above it, you see the golden dome, the mosque. I want you to look at it with the right perspective. It's not.
Very strange contrast we have at the Wailing Wall here. We have a time when both the Muslims are coming back from their prayer, coming in, apparently coming back from the mosque. There's the dome right there, the rock. They're coming back from prayer. And then the Jews over here. Two different groups, two different faiths, historically at war with one another, both exiting at once. And of course the Dome of the Rock. This is right along the Wailing Wall. You can just see them bowing there. And up on the other side of this is the dome and the mosque. We're in the courtyard here of Bethlehem. Across the street is a mosque calling us to service. This is the courtyard. Don't know how well it can come up. And down there, the door to the place where Jesus Christ was born. Right there. You got to bend to get in.